Okay, so didn't have enough batteries. We're good. We fixed a problem, and now we have a solution. It was a good problem to fix, and it was a better problem to have. Okay. You're nothing good. Suicidal. My apologies. Trying to make a move. Money in the club. Bottle full of hug. Mama got what you need and none to say the hug. You're trying to have a sex game. Trying to make it love. So boom, give me a hug. Okay, good. 1999. It's over. Okay, so we know exactly how much this is. Shut the hell up. Some nature corn, baby. My heart, and on my knees. The two, the two, the two, the two, the do. Don't blink, it's your buying. Oh, you missed it. I was trying to be fast, but I wasn't fast enough. You missed somebody listening to the amazing song from Adele, which is To the Fire, to the Rain. See, we took a small break. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome, commercial. Hope you guys are doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this. Wonderful. 16th September 2025. Super nervous because this is definitely not good. We're not gonna be able to finish Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Again, this is a Brooklyn Nine-Nine video, of course. I think you could have guessed it, and if you didn't, well, more power to you, brother. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, just need a couple seconds to calm down. There you go. Just needing to cool down, you know? So I guess this video is gonna be different. I was planning to do a video of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I'm gonna admit defeat. This video just changed. This is now a sorry for Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So, as you guys probably guessed, today's the last day. We are at season 3, episode 22. So we're kind of close to at least season 4, you know? What happened is super simple. I'll be completely honest. I've waited too long. Now, why did I wait too long? Because we saw how little of a show it was. And the last show we reviewed was Prison Break, with all 4 seasons, which was bigger than the show. So I was like, you know what? I watched Prison Break in this amount of time. I'm going to be able to watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine in this amount of time. However, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a lot harder to recap. So there's time where I have to rewatch the show. I also was kind of... See, with Prison Break, it's a good show to binge. I'm disappointed in myself, of course. I'm disappointed in myself. But the reality is, we still did pretty good. We still did really good. Why am I saying that? A show like Prison Break is very bingeable. So you watch the episode, there's a following when I watch the second episode, right? With Brooklyn Nine-Nine, there's none of that. I gotta say, there's a couple of times the last week where I said, okay, well, you watch this a lot. Take a break. And there's an entire day where I should have watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I didn't, which is my fault, you know? And because it's also a harder show to recap, so there's things that's gonna be you think that's gonna be forgot, that you're gonna forget. You see? That you're gonna forget, right? That you're gonna forget. I'm nervous. I don't have any excuses though. I knew exactly the dates. I knew it in advance. I knew it from the get-go. I knew it from beginning of September that I had to watch the show, and I didn't. I said, you know what, let's take a couple of days off. Let's take a couple of... that turned into a week, you know? And yeah. This is a real shame. And when I say real shame, I mean real shame. I'm a bit embarrassed, to be completely honest, because... And you see... I think I did some self-sabotage too, because with Lost, which is the only other show that I didn't finish watching, I was like, you know what, you didn't watch the show. You didn't watch the show before, so I really was mad at myself. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, we watched it before. I'm like, oh, you watched it already, right? And it's stupid because I watched it before, I do have some memories of it. And it should have been better. It should have been easier, at least, to do a recap. But I waited, and now we're done. Now, this is the worst part, because the next show we'll be watching is The Good Place. The Good Place is 13 times 4. It's 52 episodes of 50 minutes. 52 divided by 4, because it's 50 minutes an episode. It's about 52 divided by 4 is about something like 13. Yeah, it's 13. It's 13 exactly. Yeah, 13. So I have to watch 13 hours for the full show, which is not a lot, you know. It's a couple season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I'm just embarrassed by it. I'm just embarrassed, truly embarrassed. You know, because I could have done better, and I should have done better. And then after that, I'm gonna be switching on to mangas, because Jujutsu Kaisen is finished. So I would love to read Jujutsu Kaisen, because we didn't read it. And yeah, but at the same time, you know, and it sucks. Hopefully they bring back shows, but I don't know. Said I don't know why they're taking it out, you know. Brooklyn Nine-Nine was super popular. Bless me. Thank you. That's pretty much it. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. I'm disappointed. There's a side of you I would never do, and the same to do. I will always and always been, and the side of you I will always been. 'Cause I set fire to the rain. Don't blink is your buying. Welcome to Home Story Show. Considering well, having a wonderful day on the 16th September 2025. Make sure that we're still uploading because this is also extremely important, and we are still uploading, which is great news. So today is the last day to do Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I just did a video saying sorry I'm not gonna be able to finish it. However, I'm not giving up because we still are able to do a shit ton, and a shit ton we shall do. I ended at the worst place possible, but then there's just something I wanted to watch, you know? Yeah. Am I sad? Yes, I'm sad. Because I wasn't able to finish it, and that was my fault, you know? But crying about it won't solve it. So we're gonna go with season 3, where we stopped actually. Season 3, and I don't remember where we stopped. Nine days. We stopped at 9 days. I remember now. You know what's insane? My apologies. I'm sorry. Oh, this is disgusting. But it's better out than in. So we have. I'm so reminiscent. It's not about finishing the show, or not even about losing the show. You know, and that sucks. So we do season 2 episode. Season 3, episode 12, which is 9 days. We can do 11 episodes. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow the battery to die, and then we'll continue. Because at the same time, you know, it's all about storage, making sure that we have the storage necessary, which is a big problem, but hey, it's a good problem to have. Okay, so we have Alt being in a funk because his husband Kevin left for France. Like I said in the previous part, it's a good thing because we know Kevin left. We know exactly that he left. We know he left for France, and this is nothing new. So I thought it was actually pretty cool that they mentioned that, because it's not about, how can I say this? It's about what we do know, but what we don't know at the same time. You know, we know that Kevin has left. We don't know how Holt is being affected. It's been a while, so Holt is missing his husband, which is normal. Now, even better than that, we learned that Holt and Kevin have marital problem. So this is kind of insane. Jake is like, dude, the guy loves the work. So I'm gonna take a old file, a old cold case that I had that never was solved, and we're gonna take care of it. We're gonna be together in it. We're gonna be solving the problem, which is a good idea because Alt does love work. So then we go in. We have Alt who's super down for that. We have Charles who's super sad, which is kind of, oh, damn. See, it's kind of crazy because I just watched it and I forget stuff already. Terry is worried about being a captain because he wanted to be captain, but he says Alt is a great captain and I'm nothing compared to him. Gina is the one that really helps him out. Gina is the one that really reestablished his soul, which I thought was cool. I thought it was really cool. Child is sad because Jason died. Now, what is cool is that Jason was introduced a couple of episodes ago, so we know that he's a character, and he was the Humper. So kind of funny. But Rosa is kind of sad for him, and he's like, yo, I got you. She didn't get him at the beginning, but she ends up getting him by being. I'm not good with words tonight. I'm exhausted. I'm sad, right? So Charles loses his dog. Rosa is not comprehensive, but then she becomes comprehensive because she knows that how much the dog meant to Charles, right? We have Jake and Alt on the case, and they're finding a new item thanks to Alt. So it's a cold case that was solved, but there's more crime to be had. And even then, you have to appreciate how much effort Jake is putting in for Oates. He could have been just like, yo, you know what? Fuck that, bro. Fuck that. But no, he's in a good mood, and he's like, hey, you know what? I sympathize with you. I understand what you're going through, and I'm gonna help you out. So it's kind of cool because Jason loses his, no, Charles loses Jason, and Old loses Kevin, right? So they're both kind of mourning, and Jake and Rosa are the one that helps out. It turns out that the problem with the trainer at the gym was a MERP, which is a sickness that is contagious, and Jake and Old contracted. Now, shout out to Oscar from The Office, but I remember him more as a character in the hit series show Shameless, where he played a lawyer. I'm sad right now because I'm finding this pointless. Why are we recapping our show that's gonna leave tonight? I'm not gonna be finishing. Just so we're further in, and but we still don't finish, right? At the same time, you know what? Fuck that. At the same time, fuck that. The importance is the what we give it to. So we find it important that we treat the show as something that I'm gonna miss, and it's why I'm sad. Um, Cool thing is Amy is able to be in the same route as them because she has all her shots, she has all her vaccine, and this just plays in the characters of Amy so well. But also cool thing because Jake is like, yo, this is kind of perfect. We have, yes, we're sick, but we can be in it together. Now, in the show, there's a lot of stakeout. This is what a stakeout between Jake and Old. So this is kind of nice because they're my two favorite characters. Charles Boyle's charm is not as strong as it can be. Gina is appreciative of Terry mentorship. So Terry goes in and said, you know what, I want to prove that I'm a good leader. And what he's going to do is he wants to lead people into doing more. So his way of showing that he's a good leader is getting to the squad to be more productive so it looks good on him. However, most of the time when he wants the squad to be more productive, he has to help them. So he ends up doing the job for them. We have Jake and Oath going in, and it's kind of crazy because, again, the prosthetic are amazing. They're trying to solve a case which is already solved, and this is insane because Amy is like, yo, you shouldn't be doing this. This is very dangerous for him. He's losing his mind. He's in pain. Like, the guy can sleep for 5-6 days. Your problem is solved, but it doesn't work, right? there's a memoriam video for Jason, and Jason just humping everything, which is kind of disgusting. But hey, this is super cool because they have these pathetic, and Jake name it's vampire. I'm gonna die here. Jake named him Simon, and Old calls him Balthazar because Balthazar is the name of a demon, which I thought was really cool. I thought it was really cool because we love those characters, right? And I don't know. It's just, I'm gonna miss this show, bro. I'm gonna miss this show. Now I'm gonna die. Boom, we died. So there you go, which is not a big deal. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna upgrade my bonus. That I should have done that way before, but I didn't. But I'm on the deep end. Skies are blue. I will never leave the ground. I'm on the deep end. Yeah, we'll just upgrade coins. Ooh, I forgot. Oh, shit. Guys, I have to stop the video here. I have to stop the video here. We forgot to do something very important. Shit. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm so sorry. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to another commentary show. Welcome to having a wonderful day. You can see the songs, you can recognize that we're doing the Tower Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Resistance Reborn is doing super well. And this is really cool because my guild is talking a lot, which is important. But that's not the most important points. We are getting another mission. And what is that other mission? 2K coin. We got 10 gem, which is important. Got 20 token for the quest, which is also important. 25 bits. So if you speak in my language, we get what? We get, first of all, we get a background, which is super good because we got the Pixel Alien War, which I love because this playthrough is simply that. The the little soldier is the guy would be using at the very end. So now we have two background, two skins, so that's 2.4, but it's more important than that because we are unlocking the Guardian. Hello, Guardian. Hello. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do allies, because we can unlock the new stuff for 200, but expensive. And then Orbeez, yeah, there you go, perfect. So we have our second. And there you go, we got a Guardian and a bot. So this is super cool. Today we've been just upgrading the coin and the cash. Technically speaking, I'd still want to upgrade the, I still want to upgrade the free upgrades, but in the perfect world, I'm doing the whole utility except for max interest and interest. So that's pretty much it. So, very quick, very short, tire talk. However, look, it's going well. I was a bit nervous. Like, for example, today we lost the ability to watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I'm not be able to finish it. So I'm sad. We lost the ability to watch. Look at this, kind of cool background. Kind of look at this cool skin. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. I just got some health back. Wait a second. Wait a second. This is important. Allies. What is that? Convert an enemy into a ally recovery package that can heal the tower beyond the basic maximum recovery limit. They changed it. They did change it. This is super cool. This is really cool. However, we're getting less cash. And possibly less coins, so I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna change it because we get killed by a vampire last one too. So I'm gonna change it for possibly my strongest ally. I will never reach the ground. Carrier Guardian attack enemy with the most missing health. Percentage of their lost health at damage. 50% damage to bosses. And will increase the cooldown. The cooldown. To 115 seconds. Goosh. Goosh. Super cool. Cool. No doubt. And this is it. Oh, we died again. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. Good news with the Resistance Reborn. It is now almost fully idle. So tomorrow, I know I said so a lot, I'm going to be able to stream. Of course, the first playthrough that we're going to be playing, of course, the first stream I'm going to do is a little bit of Fortnite. If I say so myself. Yeah, I'm excited. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. I'm on the deep end. Skies are blue. I'll never reach the ground.
He applied for age shortly.
Ça fait plusieurs.
Oh.
Ça fait plusieurs.
So I'm right here, right now.
Oui. Ok, vous avez vu pour ouais. Juste en tuer un et hop, ça passe les phases. Maintenant, la dernière phase, le dernier qui est vivant, je vais le dégommer. Allez. 2 et 3.
Okay, focus, bro. Come on, come on. I'm on the deep end. Sky is the blue. Nature corn, a bebo. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to our Computer Show. Because you are having a wonderful day on this glorious, and I do mean glorious, Queen baby. On this glorious 16th September 2025. Sorry, we had to do a video that's important because, again, the tower is kind of priorities, right? And we're doing good, so this is also important. Back to back with the lovely Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Did I forget where I was? Absolutely. Am I gonna be okay? Yes. So Jake and Old are working on. This is so cool. This is so cool. The whole thing is so pointless because you know the case is solved, right? But at the same time, you're like, dude, guess what? This is Jake doing something nice for Old, and it's kind of meaningful, especially since they have the merc. Terry finished his first task, and the first task was repairing the bell that he broke. So then he feels bad because he feels like he's doing anything, and then he's pissed off. He sees Scully and Hitchcock fighting about a sub sandwich. Is like, yo, this is not the place for that. Get back to work. And at the same time, it's so nice because Old kind of gave up on Hitchcock and Scully, but Terry still has some hope for them. We have they discover something. They discover a paper. So Jake and Old discover in the footage there was a paper, and I gotta say the footage is really nice. I thought this footage was so weird, but it ends up being a fan. So the fan, because it's turning, there's moments you don't see, so it does feel really weird. They discovered that there's a note. The note is the recipe for baked ziti, which is super cool because Amy will be doing. No, this is cool. Jake and Old leave, and they are wearing the mask and hazmat suits. Now, this, I don't know if it was done during the pandemic or before pandemic, but if it was, this is extremely nice. Yeah, Amy wants to talk to Jake, saying like, yo, this went far enough. But Jake is like, no, you see him, he's entertained. And then he's entertained, he's not bored. He hasn't talked about Kevin in a while. And you know what's insane? This is technically not Jake's ID. Guys, remember when he broke up with Sophia? They did the same thing with the training camp. So this is kind of cool. They see Olt, and they're talking about how he's reformatting it because it's crazy. And he writes cases with K, which is super nice. Rosa feels bad for Charles. What she does is she buy him a puppy, but it won't replace Jason. So again, super nice. Scully and Hitchcock are doing a hunger strike, but at the same time they're eating chips, which I thought was funny. I thought it was hilarious, to be honest. So yeah. So Terry shows his strength. He closes the door, breaks everything. It's not the most interesting scene. It's not the most funny thing, right? But at the same time, it's still something that is deserving of its place in the pantheon of Terry fuck-ups. Olt goes in and he solves the solution. Olt goes in and he is really pissed off. Really pissed off. Why? Because Jake tells him, like, listen, this case isn't as important as you think. This case was solved hours ago, years ago. And then Olt's like, oh, you pity me. And Jake's like, yeah, but you need my help. And then Olt is pissed at Jake. So then they fight. And this is super funny because they poke each other and the lump is super hurtful. However, what ends up happening is Amy does the recipe of the restaurant. She followed the recipe and she does baked ziti. Now, what they do is they taste the recipe, and this recipe is horrible. So then they said, okay, well, the measurements are not possible. So what they discover is it's a phone number, right? And this is super cool because they solved the case. So they found out more than they originally found out. We got Rosa showing a funeral for Jason, who is humping in the video. which is kind of sad, but hey. And this is super cool. And then Rosa says, I now know that you understand because I now have this puppy and I love him to death. But he was to hurt him, I would kill all of you. So you understand how Charles feels, which is cool because Charles is a human being with emotion that are valid, even if he is. And again, a picture of him humping. You know what? Dog would be the best animal on the planet if there were so much of a humper. Old is not mad at Jake anymore. He's like, yo, I was lonely. You were right. I'm pissed at you because you lied to me, but you had the best intentions. So, and I know that you had the best intentions, so you're forgiven. And it's super, super nice. So Jake and Amy are going on a cruise, and this is super cool because it's a Judge Judy episode, of course, and Charles like, no, please don't go. I'm gonna miss you. And this is cool because Charles is a good friend, and it's endearing. It's endearing that he's gonna miss his homie. Am I wrong? Am I right? I don't know if I'm wrong or right anymore. I just hope for the best, and if the best happen, the best happen. There you go. Love the Guardian. Amy has a different plan than Jake. Jake wants to play it cool. Amy wants to play it super busy. Now, this is cool because this is back to the matcha story where Amy has some plan and Jake is not willing to follow them, even though the plans are possibly something good, possibly a good thing. So they go on the cruise ship, right? And super nice. We got all the backstory a little bit, which is his sister, and it's nice because she's a window into his old life. How much of a good brother he was, how nice he was, but he doesn't want to see his sister because she's drama. So then Gina gave him the advice to be even more drama, but it doesn't work because she gave it for a good reason, and Holt feel bad about it. They used to play together. They used to make forts. It's a really cool moment for Holt. So you see that the sister comes in, and he's begging for help at this point. He's begging for help from Gina and Terry to get the sister away from him because she's a lot. Charles and Rosa get a new apartment that is super, super spacious. So they're kind of fighting for the apartment. It's like, oh my god, this is the best apartment in Manhattan, and we want it. So this is cool because they're talking about something that's very, very real, which is the rent control. So the rent control is when you cannot jack up the price. So the price that you have it is actually a really good place. And it's funny because Charles wants it first, but Gina sees the closet and she's like, okay, no, I want it. And Charles like, no, you didn't want it first. We got Jake and Amy meeting with Judge Judy, who is a singer on the cruise. So Amy wanted tickets, and she wanted tickets online. And then Judge was like, yo, you don't find it weird that you got ticket to something that you want a contest that you didn't even apply for? So he sent them here. The reason why he sent for them is because somebody is looking to kill him. Now this is a funny thing because this is the third Project Bandit episode. And I gotta say I'm not mad about it. I am not mad about it. But it's super cool here because Judge Judy actually helps Peralta a lot. Peralta has he wants to chill. Amy is wanting to do a lot, and for a lot of reason, Judge is like, yo, no. Listen to Amy. She's a good woman, and this is super cool because at the very end, he sings a song called Rosa, 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 which is really funny. And then it's pretty much it. Jake goes to see the captain and say, hey, listen, you have a criminal on your crew. It's like, yeah, most people are criminal on my crew. There's not a lot of people that wants to go away from their family. So he protects Judge Judy. And for some reason, I feel like Judge did know that. Yeah, Judge is the head of it, Jake. Don't even try, my dude. So we have this, we have that. We have Judge, who has the best sweets in the ship, which he gives to Amy and Jake, which is actually super freaking nice. We have the sister of Holt, who's pestering him with drama, which is super funny. Jake thinks that Judge is using him, and he's using him. I think the whole story of somebody wanting to kill him is a whole freaking it's something that's not true. You think it's a whole plan. However, this is a good plot because it could be. However, it's a bad plot because they do the same thing with Pimento, which is not even introduced yet, but it's gonna be introduced soon. Pimento, they do the same thing to him. So it's kind of the same thing twice. Gina and Boyles are like, and this is, I gotta say, Boyles, he has an episode coming up, which is fucking flawless. So he goes in, and he's like, yo, how dare you, Rosa? They're now trying to butter up the owner, the landlord, I guess, and into getting the the apartment, which is cool. In the background is you see Hitchcock working, which is reminiscent of The Office, of course. So we got more of Judge being gives good advice to Jake. He gives really, really good advice to Jake. We know the name of the guy is Henry Cole. Henry Cole being the location of Pontiac Bandit's last chop shop, which again we remember that was a car thief. A chop shop is where they get pieces from the car, and because they get pieces from the car, they're able to sell it. Judge get attacked, which means that somebody is surely after him, which means that he wasn't full of shit as we thought before. And it's super cool because he acts like he acts really like a couple counselor. We have Jake and Amy putting on costume, which is the third time they put on costume, and it's the third episode of Judge Judy, so we love it. Oat is hiding and drinking seltzer. Now, seltzer are alcohol with not a lot of alcohol, so they're more like a cooler. They're more like drinking. They have a low percentage of alcohol, so you won't get drunk with a seltzer. But I thought it was cool that the captain drinks seltzer for some reason. So Oat goes in and he says that he has another trauma, which leads his sister to tell him what's really happening, that her boyfriend left her and she cheated, which makes him feel bad. Because he feels bad, he builds her a fort back in the days, and he reassures her. Judge sing a song and he finds the killer. And in the song he tells Jake where the killer, but it's too late because the killer gets to Judy before he gets killed. They go in a room to get a killer, but Judge locks them in there with a killer. Don't worry, the killer is abducted. Judge leaves, and it's so fucking funny because he's like, yo, thanks again, Jake, for everything. It's like, I will never leave you alone. And Judge leaves Jake the present, which is this presidential suite. So I thought it was really nice. It was a really nice episode. We find out that the landlord is the culprit because he killed her because he wanted to jack up the rent, and this is why he didn't want a cop in his building. Didn't matter if it was Rosa or Charles, no cops allowed. And that is, my friends, the episode. Jake tells Amy, I love you. Now, Jake telling Amy, I love you is a big part of the episode because he wasn't able to tell her before. Which I feel like it's not true. I feel like it's not true. I feel like he said, I love you first. But I don't know. I do not know. Season 3, episode 14, which is called Karen Peralta. Now, this kind of establish Jake as a main character. Why? Because we know so little. The person that we see the most of the family is possibly Sergeant Jeffries. So the wife, the 2 kids, we see the 3 kids now with Ava. But we also see Jake with his father and his mom. Then you realize it's the only one. We saw Gina's mom, we saw Boyle's father, we saw Oat's sister. We just don't see family member, you know? So, oh yeah, we have the scene where Jake has a Segway, and this is kind of cool because Segway back then were the hit. So it's just to show a timeless piece of content, which is Segways are cool. Spoiler alert, me from the future, hi, Brooklyn Nine-Nine from the past. Segway were never cool. So I don't know who told you that, Jazz, but they were lying to you, bro. They were lying to you. Now we're gonna do a little bit of something. So I'm gonna sing you a song and we'll do it. Baby girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you. Let me buy you a drink. I'm T-Pain. You know me. Shawty. I'm not good. Cold that tree. There you go. Dunzo. What a nice ending for a song. The police sirens. So that's pretty much it. Jacob, Captain Raymond Jacob Holt ends up not knowing how to do it. So what he does. This is super cool. This is super cool. It's nuts because okay, so at the end, Terry pushes Jake on the Segway. It's super cool because we have the show where Jake is gonna present his mom. Well, he's gonna present Amy to his mom. I don't know why you say that, Amy to his mom and not his mom to Amy. But I think it's both way, right? I think both work, I guess. And it's important because we saw how much of a big deal it was for Rosa, and we know that Jake and his father are not close. So that would lead me to believe that he's close to his mom. So Karen is a humongous deal here, and the actress that plays Karen is amazing. She's been in a lot of things. I just don't know her name. Baby girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you. Let me buy you a drink. I'm T-Pain. You know me. And then you wonder why my neighbor hates me. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest here, guys. It's a mystery. I mean, look at me. Good singer, good looking. Just got a compliment for my hair. Hello. So, yeah, very, very odd. Yeah. So we get the meeting. I don't remember what's going on with Gina and Holt.
No Jake, no Amy, no Charles, no Rosa, no Terry. That leaves me with...
Oh yeah. So this one, there's a couple of scenes, but I just feel like Jake and Amy scene is the best. So basically, Jake and Amy scene are the best because Amy goes in and she's super nervous. There's a joke about her when she was a kid, when she was good with adults, because she was singing "Itsy Bitsy Spider, Run the Runner Up," something like that. I'm not English, I don't know that song. Which I do know the song from Gollum and Lord of the Ring, but that's another story. She meets a mom and look at her. Gotta say she's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. An older lady, of course, but she's gorgeous. Now, here comes the big problem. The father of Jake is back. Now, the whole episode, Jake will blackmail his father into saying, like, I know with whom you cheated on, but guess what? His mom knew. The whole thing is about Jake not having a problem with his father. He wanted to protect his mom, but his mom is like, and this is actually really cool. Jake is basically saying, like, yo, this guy's no good for you, ma. And his mom is like, I know he's no good, but I like him. I'd rather be with someone that's no good that I like than someone I don't like, but is good to me. And I gotta say, you know what? I think she's right. I think she hit the hammer on the nail. No, I wanted to do something fucked up. So I wanted to say she hit the nail on the hammer, but I fucked it up and I said it correctly. Yeah. So we got the father, and the father, I gotta say, he's just a cool actor at being a piece of shit. We got the old picture of Jake, which he had a nose ring, and I feel like they're a real picture. So this is super cool because this is a break with Terry, Rosa, and Charles, and they're testing body cams, and the body cams feel extremely important. Charles gets Charles gets some soup on his uniform because why not? And Charles is completely naked. And there you go. I'm going to show you. Yep. So the body cam checks it out. This is super important because what's gonna happen is Charles will be naked and he's not gonna want the body cam footage to come out, right? But the guy was doing drugs and they don't find drugs on him. So then when you look at the footage, when you see Charles naked, you see a bunch of drugs hidden. And they use the footage of Boyles naked to show that there's drug, and it's a good arrest. So Charles ends up being the naked hero. Yes. Holt, Gina Scully, and Hitchcock goes on a mission, and that mission is an escape room. Again, this is okay. I'm gonna be an asshole, but this is a show that's a couple of years old, right? Escape room were all the rage. They go to the escape room, and then they're stuck with Gina Hitchcock and Cole. So there's not a lot of people. Gina checks out. She doesn't want to play, which is classic Gina icon behavior. Duh. And Hitchcock and Scully are completely useless. Now this is a cool thing because the thing is full of food. Look. Yeah, there you go. You see, full of food. Hitchcock and Scully eat the food, which I thought was really cool. Yeah, the father, I just don't like the father. I'm sorry. I had a really good father, so okay. Why am I having such a problem with the father? Like I told you, I have a really good father. I have amazing parents. My mom is just complex. My mom's a great mom. My father's a great father. However, I look at my father and say, okay, well, this is gonna be me one day. For my mom, it's actually very weird because I look at women, and because I want kids, I'm like, okay, well, just be a good mom. And my model for a good mom is my own mom. So I'm like, okay, well, you know. But my father, I see it, and when I see piece of shit dad, I'm reminding myself how much I'm lucky to have the dad that I have, but also at how much I would hate myself if I was a piece of shit dad. Does it make sense? I don't know. I do not know. And you know what? I gotta check out something. I gotta check out the encyclopedia. My friendo. Enemy. Times 2 health of basic enemy. Deal 2% of damage. Towered max health per second. All tower regen effect. Word 4 coin as base value. My god. So this is straight up attack. Baby girl. You're gonna hear me sing this song a lot because it's in my head. You know what's also in my head? In my head, I see you all over me. In my head, you fulfill my fantasy. In my head. So a little bit of a problem with Amy and Jake. Amy is actually a really good girlfriend here. She makes sure that Jake is good, which is kind of awkward because, of course, you know, it's the parents, but still, I like him. Jake tells the father, like, listen, if you don't leave right now, I'll tell mom about everything, which is... This is nuts, bro. This is nuts. So basically, the whole episode is about Jake not revealing his secret that his father's cheated. But the mom knows that the father's cheated. So it's like, okay, well, the whole plot of the episode is pointless. But at the same time, I do like what the mom says. I'd rather have a guy that is a piece of shit but love me than I like, than a guy I don't like. And I guess this is right. You cannot help who you like. Love makes you blind, and blind she is. So then the guy said, again, the guy tells Boyles put the drugs on him. He planted the drugs. The body cam shows something. Now this is the coolest part, because Rosa knows that the body cam is Charles naked, and she wants to protect Charles. She's like, no, Sarge, there has to be another way. And it's kind of cool because Charles is also not super comfortable with being naked on camera. So it's a pretty sweet episode, actually. 50%. I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna switch phone. My apologies. Disgusting. How are we doing on batteries over here? 11%. We're not good on either of those. Okay, Inky, you got this, my bro. You got this. You know what? We do not got this. But at the same time, your boy is a madman. This one charged enough. Anyway, I got like 1 more hours to do, and then we're gonna go back in and watch some more. Choo 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 choo. There you go. That's perfect. That is perfect. So this one's gonna be there, and then when after this episode, we'll go check out for the next cable. The father of Jake says sorry, but you know, it's a little bit of shit. It's super funny because Hitchcock and Scully end up being super useful, and they find out the four keys.
It's not a monster. It's worse than the time.
Yeah. So she tells Jake's mom tells him that she knows everything, and that he's worried about nothing, which I kind of get because again, it's her life, but at the same time, I understand Jake. Moms are cool. Moms are important, right? Love my mom. I love my mom. Got the best mom. Super funny news. Super funny. They have the body cam of Charles, and he's relieved because the TV that they're gonna show it on is very small. But then we have a brand new 4K flat TV, which really shows Charles naked. So this is super fucking funny. I just don't like the photo, so I'm gonna keep this scene. They end up being able to gain to win the game, and this is super cool. Jake's mom is approving of Amy, which we wanted. Episode season 3, episode 15. Not this one. This one is horrible. Commissariat d'accueil, which is a welcome commissary. Police station, I guess. So basically what happened is one of the police station burned down. Now they have to get a whole squad. So they're now dealing with 2 precincts in the same one.
That's still like that really freaked me out. That mom's in it now. Woo! Oh, Rosa coming in time. Rosa coming in time. All people control my hair, man. I want to take you. Oh, okay. That's still like that really freaked me out. That mom's in it.
So Gina is in the cold opening. It's super cool because she's taking so they're having lost and found, right, in the precinct. And if nobody claims them after a while, it becomes the propriety of the police. So she has this case. She's like, okay, well, I'm willing to sell it off for the person to open it, and she's in charge of Jake's wardrobes and air for like a whole week. And this is a good deal. So then we see Jake in the elevator, and this is what he looks like. This. Super cool. Super freaking cool. Super cool. So they're telling that there's another precinct that is there. Jake finds his old friend, and his old friend is there. And Charles is like, yo, what about me? I'm your friend. So then Jake said, this is a very weird, homoerotic episode. So Jake is like, yo, I prefer you, Charles, but this is my old crewman. And this is super cool because they used to have a nickname. When Jake started as a police, he was paired up with that guy. And it's super funny because then you see Charles, you see Charles, other partner. And we see Charles and he's an old fucking man. I thought that was funny. There you go. So you got everybody, and everybody's complaining. So Rosa gets a chit chatter. Charles gets Paul, which she thinks their friend. Jake, we don't really know. And we got Terry Milkovich to get the place of Captain Holt. And it's kind of insane because you realize just how popular those actors are when you start seeing them in shows. You know, he switches the chair of Holt, and this is a big deal. Amy is complaining about her guy because her guy has a support dog, and this is not allowed. Terry goes in. Oh, she's allergic to dog too. Terry goes in, and he's like, there's a guy that asked him for his mouse because Terry lends him his mouse. He seemed weak, so then the guy takes the computer. Everybody has a problem with their desk buddy, which is super cool. I can say the puppy in that episode is phenomenal. So then Charles goes in, and he doesn't trust the ex-partner of Jake, but they have great chemistry. They're in a car, they're even rapping, but they forget Charles, which is kind of sad for Charles. Gina power plays her desk buddy, and her desk buddy is sitting on the ground, and he doesn't even have eye contact. Privileged. Yes, this is kind of funny, in my opinion. They go in. It's just a precinct. Just a precinct of people complaining. Now, they find something, and it's just really cool. They find a place where it's a haven. It's so peaceful, it's so quiet. It's like the old precinct. However, you gotta rise up. You gotta have a business with these guys. It's one for all and one for all. All for one and all for one. No, All for one and one for all. Yeah, tired. Um, so Charles is not trusting of the guy once again, which he is kind of right. Um, so he find the drug and the dishwasher. However, Charles check out the dishwasher and the drug wasn't there. Um, Old goes in and you find the guy's like, you're yourself a piece of shit. You have to be with your friends. We are all in this together. It's not pleasant for them either. Be understanding. Be more welcoming to our guests. And he's right in there, but still. Then there's like then there's this. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because Charles is right here. So Jake goes in and he's like, Charles, right, dude. What you did was not cool. And his excuse is like, yo, this guy's a criminal. We have to stop him. Okay, so I'm gonna check out. This is dumb, but I don't really have a choice. We'll finish this episode at least. At the very least, fuck, I always have a problem with the batteries. We've been filming for 56 minutes, which is nothing. Which is absolutely nothing. So then they fight. Jake and his ex-partner fight. And at the end, there's a outbreak. There's kind of like a riot. Everybody fighting with everybody. The 99 is fighting the other precinct. It's a what should we call it? A one for all, a free for all. But Old, he knocks over a pipes, which makes the whole office inhabitable because it's too hot. And you realize that Old went the way of what should we call it? You went the way of bureaucracy to win, which we love. We love. And it's funny because Old give them shit because they're fighting, right? But at the same time, Old is the one that saved the situation, right? Which is super cool. Super, super, super cool. And it's funny because the whole time they're singing a song, Jake and his partner, and Old and Charles is not invited. But at the end, when the partner of Jake ends up being a crook, he's about to sing the song. And that's pretty much the episode. So I'm gonna let you guys go. 6% batteries. I'll be going to get my other charger. And I'll be right back. I'll never reach the ground. I'm on the deep end. Violets are blue. Ouch. Okay, good. Perfect. Are we good? We're taking our sweet time with this. What the heck is going on? And we're back. My apologies. Look how much we're doing. This is insane. 8 hours. Damn, son. This is not good. Whoever got 42. And guess what? 1 and 1. 2, 2, 2. 2, 2, 2, 2. 2, 2, 2. Can I please what? Okay, please. I'll show you my fog in the shot of that. Once or twice. Okay, Ink, you got this. Bonjour. Good. Okay. How much gig do I have left? 7.2, that's actually pretty good. Don't blink, it's your boy Ying. Welcome to our show. You guys are doing well, because they're having a wonderful day on this glorious, and I do mean glorious, 16th September 2005. I literally had to check. We are back with some spelling bee, some Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So we just finished making a video. So this is the exact next part. There's a couple of minutes in between. We took the time to take a piss, so we're gonna be good for at least a couple minutes, right? It's watered down city down there. So next episode we have Office Rats. Office Rats, which is actually pretty good. Guys, you know what? I set myself a challenge. Oh, never mind. I thought we had 4 episodes to do. We have more than that. We have I'm not good at math. It's 7 episodes left. We got the the cold open. So the 9-9 received a package, a mystery package from France with all bunch of goodies. And we're diving in. But in the middle of it, there's a letter that says, oh, it's from Kevin to Captain Holt. So they ate the treats of Captain Holt. Now Jake, as a leader de facto, says, we gotta replace the shit that's inside. So he replaced it with the one and only rubber band. And to my surprise, Holt is such a gesture. And we love the couple. We love the couple. We love the couple. Ouch. Nasty. So we got the episode. The episode is not so great. Not so great, but not so bad. So Old says that he received a call. This is a celebrity, which is a very important celebrity to work on the case. Jake, being the cop that he is, he said, "Oh, I want to work with a celebrity," right? However, he got given a drug bust before. Now he does find the drug bust boring, and he switched it to Scully and Hitchcock, meaning that he should be able to get the celebrity. However, the drug bust becomes a really big deal, and him, Scully, Hitchcock, and Terry gets all of them. They get kidnapped, which is kind of funny. The celebrity ends up being a celebrity for Old, but nobody else know who it is. So this is kind of funny. Oh yeah. What is that? Oh yeah. Okay, go. No, that. We have a whole female squad. So over here we have Amy, Rosa, and Gina, who wants to face fear because Rosa will not take a vaccine because she said that she doesn't like needles. Which Amy said, "Oh, I'm not afraid, and you're afraid. This is a great day for me." But then Rosa get pissed. So Amy's like, "Yo, let's all figure out one of the fear we have." Amy is claustrophobic, so she ends up in the trunk of the car. Gina gets her blood drawn, and I don't know. No, Rosa gets her blood drawn, and I don't know about Gina. Oh, Gina ends up with businessman. Yeah, that's true. I remember. So yeah. Jake manipulates people into thinking, he manipulates Hitchcock and Scully into thinking that Terry doesn't trust them. Because Terry doesn't trust them, the boys, which is Hitchcock and Scully, feels the need to prove who is the best freaking police guy in the freaking place. So that's pretty much what we have. So Kevin tells Charles who is the celebrity, but he doesn't know who he is. Charles doesn't know who he is, which is, in my opinion, a bit funny. Okay, a bit funny. Terry is pissed at Jake. He said, "I'm really disappointed in you. You give it to Hitchcock and Scully." There's the guy for the hot dog who says he sees Scully and Hitchcock twice a day, and three times since they added a chocolate-covered hot dog. And the worst thing is, I think it looks pretty freaking delightful. We have the guy Old is completely fangirling, but it's very it's very subtle. There's a cool joke in here which the musician tells Old, "Oh, I remember you. You got kicked out of the theater because you were gasping so loud." This is super funny. Again, we got the three ladies who are their fears. The first one to go is Amy in a trunk, fighting her fear of closed doors. Hitchcock and Scully have an operation, and they all have nickname. They're named after Bean. I don't remember what is Hitchcock and Scully, but I remember that Jake is Pinto Bean. I gotta tell you something. I never had a Pinto Bean. I got a friend, Anna Marie. Shout out, you gorgeous lady. She's a big fan of kidney beans. Gotta tell you, I'm not a fan of kidney beans, but this is the weird thing. I love me some beans if they're fried. Wait, that made complete sense. I forgot to re-download TikTok because tonight I have my battles. I know what she's saying. Ink, you're complaining about not having the time you're gonna be watching your battles? Excuse me. What is this? Overtime? No. I have a union. Ink Vendetta has a union versus Ink Vendetta. And the union stipulate that we have 2 hours of free time every single day. Now those 2 hours of free time every single day will be spent watching TikTok battles. It's in my contract. Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom again. No. We'll finish the episode. You hear me? I'm on the deep end. The sky are blue. I'll never reach. Okay. I thought I was a gangster, but I'm. Yeah. thought it was a gangster, but I'm not. I have to go. Eat them. Good. Okay. Battery. Yes.
If you're a
Yuck. Yuck. What is the new quest? New quests. Critical hits, okay. And $150. Bosses. Pretty good. There you go. And we're back. I thought I could do it, but no. We have to go to the bathroom real quick. So we have the pinto beans going to the the place. I love this. It just shows how Hitchcock and Scully are kind of messy. But then in this episode, we had the first mention of them being kind of legendary. Charles figured out that the guy behind the thief. So basically, the celebrity got something stolen from him, and Charles figured out that the guy who was behind this the what should we call it? The heist, I guess. It's not really a heist. Was himself because he's too broke and he went to fraud the insurance. They end up in a Pineapple Express almost, sort of basement, and the Pineapple Express sort of basement ends up being a gold mine, and I do mean a gold mine for there you go, perfect. Violets are blue, I'll never reach the ground. Oh, that was nasty. I just took some of the sausage that I had today. Much information noted. Duly noted. We have Gina having a fear of businessmen, and she goes into a business suit, and it works. So, not super interesting, but kind of cool. Now, nice. Scully goes in, and he's talking about how he is working for the mafia, but he's also working for the Buyers Dallas Club, which is a movie about AIDS, which is, to me, it's super fucking funny. However, the boys goes to help him, and they have a Western accent. Everybody is in trouble, but they work their way through. Hitchcock sweats like a madman. He sweat. I didn't know people could sweat as much as he does, but in the sweat championship, Hitchcock is my champion. Scully is a master at moving his seat, so he able to get his seat up the stairs. Now, of course, they don't show it, which is kind of funny because why show it? But he does the job. Old feels bad, so he invites some of Charles' favorite musicians. They're also thief because they're also broke. Hitchcock sweats so much that he's able to free himself from Gorilla Tape, which is super funny. And we got Rosa, who has her blood drained. And that is pretty much it. Terry feels great for Hitchcock and Scully, and he gives them, Terry gives them chairs, because they did a good job and they deserve it. Super cool. Season 3, episode 17, Adrian Pimento. Adrian Pimento is the first member to join the 9-9 in such a long time. And I like him. So he goes into the precinct and right away kidnaps Jake, but then Holt says he was undercover for 14 years, so he's still a bit lost. It is direct attraction between him and Rosa, which is gonna be one of his main track. Pimento is a good character, but it's not the best. He's funny because he's insane. So he talks about his story and how he talks about his a story about how it was to be a hitman for one of the most dangerous criminals in Brooklyn, which is kind of funny because he said that he's used blood to agitate his eyes.
Can't get the phone right now. I can't cover it. I got what you're Bye.
Jake says, talks to Olt and said, listen, I want him to be comfortable. Put him with me for a couple minutes. Put it with me for a couple of days. I was undercover with the mafia. So this is cool because this is, again, almost 2 seasons ago. So it's something that we know happened, but it's something that's been a while. So you're not always beating a dead horse. I think that's the expression, right? I think that's the expression.
I figured out the best way to help prevent
Charles figured out the best way to make Pimento feel welcome, so he cooked a stew from his own country, and he had the special pot imported, but then the pot exploded. Funny thing is, because he got the special pot imported, he is now on Home Security top list. So I thought this was funny. I thought this was really, really funny. My apologies. There's a big mess. So we meet Marge, Mean Marge, which is in charge. My apologies, of the cleaning around here, but this is Meredith from The Office. So far, we had Helms, we had Judge Judy, we had Mean Marge, we had there's another one, Oscar. We were missing a bunch of people, but not that much, not that many. We have a pretty good cast of The Office in there. So Mean Marge is like, yo, you don't respect us. You think you're so much better than us. Why should we help you? Which is kind of cool. Jake goes in and he becomes friends with Pimento, which is super, super cool. The episode is about him thinking that he turned. Rosa is super attracted to Adrian. So it's funny. Jake thinks that Pimento turned, which means that he's part of the mafia because he's acting super weird, right? Doing some Tai Chi in his underwear, which I don't think is that weird. Marge doesn't do the dishes, doesn't do the garbage. So you can see right away that the precinct is a complete fucking mess, which I think is kind of funny. We got a guy that was stolen. Something was stolen from him, right? And the thing that was stolen from him was, I don't remember what it was, but this guy sells burner phone, and Pimento is really interested in buying a couple. So Jake is like, why do you need to buy burner phones? Which again is kind of a it's kind of the mentality of being undercover so much. The problem with Pimento is we don't know if he's a good cop or not. We don't know if he went too far to come back or not, which is something that we see quite often, to be honest. Water. Zdrovia. I love having a Russian accent. Gina organized a movie to ask for help to clean. She uses she uses Rosa and Olt. It's funny because she makes a documentary because Olt saw that she had some experience with a camera, which I think is a porn tape, but I'm not sure. But if it is a porn tape, hit me up with the links. I would love to do some research on that for Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's kind of funny. Jake asked Rosa for help because she trusts him. But the funniest thing is that Rosa still said like, "Oh, he's fucking hot," and this is cool because Rosa only had a chance for 3 people: Marcus, the Vulture, and Pimento. Pimento and the Vulture are douchebags, so kind of cool, kind of funny. Marge comes in and she says, "No. We have a union here. We'll clean it when we say we clean it." So she brings even more garbage, which is kind of funny. Jake goes in. The guy he goes to follow Pimento because he took a duffel bag from different stuff, and he's acting very, very suspicious, which is super, super, super funny, and ends up being not Pimento in the apartment, but somebody that knew that Jake was gonna set him up. So he tricked Jake into doing the bad job for him, and suck on it, Jake. Pimento was better cops here, and I'm sorry to say because I love you, Jake. You know I do. You know I do. But you weren't a good friend right here. You weren't a good friend right here. I'm sorry to say. I'm sorry to say. Now, checking out if we have 747. We still haven't finished uploading. This is insane. Insane. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. We have this scene, which is kind of cool because we got this guy, Alt, who's an actor. It's not really Alt. And he says that, and we have Rosa on a wheelchair, which is the magic of television, she'll walk again. Now, the funny thing with the actor for Alt is he creates a backstory where Alt is popping pill, addicted to pills. Pimento points a gun at Jake and says, "Why can you trust me?" And he proved that he wasn't dirty. He proved that he wasn't dirty, which kind of sucks. Kind of really sucks. So Pimento goes back to bagging bag because he said that the police life is too much for him. This is the only other job that he had. But Jake tells him, "Listen, I'm gonna arrest this guy, and if you want to be there, you can be there." So this is kind of super nice. Gina ends up making a very good, very good documentary, which wins the heart of 1,000 Americans. Mean Marge, as a story, gets the break room called upon after her. So the break room now has her name, which is enough to buy her. And the cleaning crew actually pulled through. We have Pimento, who saw that Jake was a good guy, and he decided to go about it. You know? Decided to follow him. You got season 3, episode 18, Cheddar. So Cheddar is a very special character. Whatchamacallit? It is the pet of Alt and Kevin, my dearly beloved Kevin. So then, it's actually a really cool scene.
Now, just because I'm definitely rich now doesn't mean I'm gonna forget my roots.
Okay, so Jake's uncle died and he left him some things, which is possibly a fortune. So Jake's like, "Yo, don't worry about it. I don't forget you guys. Everybody's gonna get something." So the funny thing is, he has shares. 11,000 shares for which company? Oh yeah, Blockbuster. Yeah, which has no fucking values. I thought this was funny. This was funny. Okay, next on the list.
Mapping. What's going on there, buddy? Just make the final opening of your face before the LASIK surgery goes poorly and my eyeballs get burned off. Why stop at the eyes? Burn off your whole head, Charles.
Oh yeah, Charles is losing. He doesn't want to wear glasses anymore, so he wants to do a laser eye surgery. So he doesn't have to wear contacts and laser. I don't know if these works. If you know, hit me up. Do I have interest? No, I actually like wearing glasses. People like me with glasses, I guess. I heard one compliment 3 years ago. I guess it's still the case. There's a bit more gray, but it's the same person. Old goes in and said, "You know what?
Sir, you can't just
Old is nervous about going to Paris to see Kevin because there's no dog sitter for Cheddar, right? Which means that Jake will have himself volunteer to be the caretaker for Cheddar. Now, the reality is Cheddar is an excuse. The real reason Alt doesn't want to go to Paris is because he feels that the relationship with Kevin is in deep trouble. And because the relationship with Kevin is in deep trouble, he's afraid that going there is a mistake. Ah, my phone got too hot. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, man. I'm gonna activate the TikTok because TikTok needs to run to download the stuff that it needs to download. How are we doing for space, guys? How are we doing for space? We're doing good? I was supposed to transfer the file, but the phone is the computer is super full. Oh, thank you, Doris. I hold my breath forever to suffocate the pain I hold inside. I tear off my skin, I pretend within jaded eyes, 'cause it's too late to save you from yourself. It's too late. I got it perfect. I hold my breath forever. gonna go. It's gonna work. It's gonna be a tough spot, but it's gonna work. Don't worry, we'll make it work. Started out of my face, I got it out of just fine.
Why? No, because of our track records.
Santiago decides her, Charles, and Jake will go take over the property. Now this is cool because Amy is allergic to cheddar, but cheddar is gonna be in a place where Amy isn't gonna be. So this is super cool. Amy is not super down for it because she's nervous, but Jake presents her with a binder. A binder of rules to follow. Now here comes my favorite Amy Santiago lyrics.
Big fat binder full of instructions.
There's a binder? Why did you leave with that idiot?
How about I just leave it too low?
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Ooh, mama. Pimento is looking at Diaz with hungry eyes. They have this really weird sexual tension, which is extremely weird. Charles is preparing himself by wearing glasses to be accustomed to being blind, so he ends up super close to the heat signal. Chester is going out, so he's biting every single one of Kevin Poles. But guess what? Poles means it's in French. It's Turolek. But this is just a sign that he misses Kevin. So this is a very endearing moment. That is pretty much it. We love it. Pimento is trying to flex by making hole and papers, and for some reason it works. More power to you, bro. More power to you, bro. Why am I repeating stuff? I don't know. I do not know. There's not anything that I don't know. You'll be surprised by how much I don't know. Why am I saying I don't know so much? Because I feel like you should know that I don't know.
Man's been on the run for 30 minutes. Oh.
This is super cool. Jake asked the whole squad to help, which is basically Pimento, his new friend, Rosa, Terry.
Guys, we'll set it up right now. No, we're freaking out, Charles. Man's been on the run for 30 minutes. Awesome. Good. That was a test.
That's so nice. We see Cheddar going out, and he's such a good boy. He is one good-looking son of a gun.
Okay, what about sweet? Let's go, 9-9.
Not if I have anything to do with it.
Watch me now.
So, Old kind of chokes and go back home, and Jake asks Gina to help him. So Gina drives his car, and she did it on purpose to go over spikes, so the wheels are kind of fucked. Which is kind of funny because this is completely slowing down Jake. This is completely slowing down Old for coming back home. More of Pimento and Rosa's sexual tension is getting heavy. It is getting heavy. I was hard the whole time. So they're talking in secret because Charlie is right there. They don't know what to do, which is kind of cool because
Sorry, but you only slow us down. That's exactly what Jack wants. That's right. I'm on to you, you slippery little bastard.
they're trying to get Chester. This is so cool.
Time I shoot real quick.
So basically, they call the tow truck. Old cannot wait to go back home. So it's like, yo, Gina, what are you waiting for? And Gina calls Jake to let him know what happened, which is super cool. Charles goes in and he goes to the park and he's completely blind. He said he found Cheddar, but he did find Cheddar. He found a possum, which I gotta say, it's the first time I see a domestic possum, but for some reason like that, it was really cute. You got Terry that's super protective over Rosa and say, yo, why tell me that you're a good fit for Rosa? And Pimento's like, I'm possibly not a good fit for Rosa, I'm possibly a worse fit for Rosa. But there's something there, isn't it? So this is kind of cool. This is super, super cool. They go into the park just to see Charles petting a possum, which is kind of funny. What else is there?
Okay, but before we go, can we just choose a nice air freshener from the shop? You never know when you're gonna find your signature scent. Oh, I have got to stop living my life out loud.
So the real reason Old went to come back is because Old got a call from the fire alarm company saying, hey, why was there a fire? And you realize that you know that Peralta is ruining the house. So this is why he wasn't in a hurry, which is kind of cool.
What do you mean? Walk around the neighborhood, Captain holds clothes. Wait till Cheddar picks up the smell. Nope, that's insane. Never gonna happen. Anyone else? You guys go off the grid.
Come on.
I get you guys Mexican passports.
Pimento goes in, and it's kind of cool because this is how Pimento established himself. So this is actually a really cool idea because last episode we established who is Pimento, right? Now this episode was like, okay, well this is the guy that you're seeing in front of you, and here's his input. Is he adding a lot to the 9-9? I feel like he is adding a lot to the 9-9, but at the same time I feel like the 9-9 didn't add. They need something to add to it, right? So people are going around and Raven clothes, which is super fucking funny because Old is right behind him. It's like, yo, then she lost Cheddar. Get my clothes back in, which is really really cool. So then they realize that Cheddar has been going after Kevin clothes the whole day, possibly meaning that he misses Kevin. So what they do is they go on the same walk that him and Kevin do. Because they go on the same walk that him and Kevin do, they find him.
I barely said anything. You cut me off way too early. Sergeant, status. Right. No, I will not marry you. I'm only just getting directors.
Pimento asked Rose to marry him. I forgot about that. And they do find Kevin. And they do find Cheddar. And then Old says, like, listen, my relationship with Kevin is in a bad place. Then you find Kevin. Cheddar said, yeah, you miss Kevin too, right? I miss him too. And there you go for season 3, episode 18, ladies and gentlemen. Can we have another one? I got 24 minutes left. I got more than enough time to do it. Okay. So we got Old that went from Paris. And the cold opening is him being in a good mood, him accepting and being a very generous captain, which of course the squad doesn't take advantage of. They're aiming for a tank. However, what happened is Scully and Hitchcock goes into the office to say hi, and because of that, it's kind of funny because Old is like in a bad mood. That's pretty much it. 8 minutes. Remember, 8 minutes. Okay, that's important. That is important. That is very, 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 very important. Actually pretty cool. So we got this, fight token, thank you. I got this. Pretty cool. Should possibly end the game, restart it, and change again for a free mission. So this is a pretty cool cold opening, but not so much. We got Terry, who is receiving Kitten, and then we get a younger Terry, which is super funny because younger but still very, very beefy. He's receiving Kitten, and he tells the story of why is he receiving Kitten. Now the story behind it is actually kind of cool. The story behind it is he had a case and he was being treated like shit. Everybody's like, yo, you get special reward when you're. Oh shit. Yeah.
Est-ce que tu te couches bientôt, non?
Seem to like clean this in any way, or you just close it up and.
Hey, man! Looks like you're taking that shower now, Jimmy! Get the fuck off! Get off! Get the
You take my shower in the morning, Jimmy. It's plenty hot there. Besides, the water don't bother me.
You're fucking dipshit. Feeling saucy, boy? Stay the fuck down. We'll make it staying next time. All right. You got it. Jimmy!
Good. Okay, hurry up. Uh, okay. Don't blink, it's your blink. Hope you're doing well, because having a wonderful day on this 16th September 2025. I am so sorry the video cut off because, again, didn't have any storage, which is a real freaking shame, but hey, it's all good in the hood. I don't know where we were, so we're gonna restart. We did a couple minutes of episode 19, Terry's Kitten. I think we got the cold opening down. I'm gonna repeat it very slowly, very fast, which is gonna be cool. Sorry guys, I'm dealing with only one phone of good storage, so there's not much I can do here. There's not much I can do. Oh. Okay. We'll do this. Oh my god, imagine if I uploaded to the wrong channel. I would have myself. S2. Good. Good. Perfect. So we had a second file uploading, but this one is a lot smaller, so it's gonna take less time. And if I'm done with this, we're gonna have 21 gig off. So Old went back to France, and this is super cool because he went to see Kevin, and now he's feeling super not moody. So then Jake see that he's in a good mood and said, like, yo, let's get adventure events. Let's ask him for something. He wants a tank. However, Hitchcock and Scully goes to talk to him and say that he gained some weight in Paris, so they make fun of his weight, which gets Old in a bad mood. And that's pretty much the episode. So Jake says, let's forget the tank, and Old is like, yo, I gained 4 pounds. 4 pounds in Paris. At the beginning of the episode, we got Terry, who's receiving kittens, which is a nice segment, I guess. But then it's his old squad that are making fun of him. So what happened is, on his first case, he found they were really bad with him. They were saying like, oh, you get to do this when you solve a case. You're not a real cop until you solve a case. So until you solve a case, you don't get advantages. See, because we're tired, I'm talking very badly. And I'm sorry, but we're almost done with today. We're almost done. It's going to be 9 o'clock and a half. We're going to be watching till 12. I'm going to be watching till 12:30, and then for the rest of the time, we'll just do some recap. And then at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'll go sleep. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. And he followed the case.
Hey, can I borrow that? Genevieve's out of town. I need 2 phones so I can send her 4K for the back. I don't want your ass in my cloud.
Okay, I don't remember this. So then they find this guy. This guy is the guy behind it. The abandoned crime. But he's in a wheelchair, he's paralyzed. So he says that he fell from a roof, and because he fell from a roof, well, his fan was broken down in multiple places. Which, surprise, it's not true. That's the whole episode. So there's a cat next to him, and they think the cat did it. So this is funny because they make fun of Terry. Charles and Gina figure out that Pimento is living, and this is gonna be one of the coolest fucking scene ever. This episode is Charles Boyle's masterpiece. The whole episode is about Terry and proving that Terry was right. So they stop making fun of him, but the episode ends up being about Charles. So what happened, you may ask, and an answer I may give. Charles goes in and he tells Pimento, like, you know what, you're in a bad position, you want to sleep at my place, you're more than welcome. However, Pimento big dicks Charles. He's like, well, tough luck, this is my place now. And Gina, the whole time, she's like, Charles, you gotta put on your big boy pants, and you gotta kick him out. But then Charles has this mentality that so Gina used the term, you gotta show her who's the alpha. So Charles goes in and said, you know what, if I'm a nice enough beta, the alpha will protect me. And she's like, no, this doesn't work, you're crazy. And then Charles acts like a beta the whole time. I cannot stop, I have to tell you the punch. So at the end, Gina feels bad for Pimento. If she feels bad for Charles, so she gives shit to Pimento, which like, yo, you're gonna respect Charles, you're gonna give him back thing that you owe him, you're gonna pay him rent, and you're gonna apologize for how you treated him. And then Gina says, you know what? Charles like, wow, Gina, you really did it. You're so incredible. And Gina's like, you're right. All you needed was to be alpha. And Boyle says, well, maybe all along you were the alpha, and I just got the alpha to protect me. Which is mic drop. He got Gina to do the dirty job for him because she pitied him. And that was exactly his plan. So, small dick move, but a small dick move that works, you know? They say size doesn't matter. Well, in this case, it didn't. Okay, so we got a cool episode, which is Alt. He goes in and said, listen, there is a training for disarming a bomb, and I want everybody in the precinct to partake in it. Everybody's not down until, so there's two people that are down, Amy and Rosa, because they're competitive. And Amy's like, yo, Rosa, I can do it better than you do. Which is kind of cool because now they have this relationship, but it's not a new relationship. We saw that in the episode where they're fighting their fears, which was 2 episodes ago. So yeah, so this is kind of cool. Hitchcock and Scully goes in because they figure out that there's free food, and Old goes in because he wants to show lead by example. And the funny thing is, Old, Rosa, and Amy are super competitive. The whole time the competition is between Amy and Rosa, but little did they know, Old is also part of the race, and it's just so fucking nice. It is just so fucking nice. Critical hit, we're done. 20 cards gonna take me a while. Holy shit. I'm not sure I can do it. So Terry is trying to sell the kitten, and Jake decides he's gonna help him, which is super cool. So Jake says that way to stop it is to fix to solve the old case that made him the laughingstock. So this is super cool. There's kitten involved, which is really nice. The kittens are adorable. We have again Terry and Jake that are kind of finding leads. They're doing pretty good. But the sad part is it doesn't lead nowhere. It doesn't lead nowhere. The guy that was supposed to be there is actually clean. He's not the culprit. However, Jake finds something. So the guy says that he broke his back in '94, which is not true because he bought some Jordan, and those Jordans are '95 Jordan. So why buy a new pair of shoes if you don't need them? Yeah, kind of cool, huh? And that's pretty much it. We have the competition, which Old is the biggest winner, which is kind of freaking cool. Super good scene, super good CGI, where Jake and Terry goes ledge, and they're super afraid. So this is really cool because it shows how much a production goes into it, and production equates to effort. So this is kind of nice. This is the old squad of Terry said, hey, you know, we're not going to allow you to, because it's another precinct, we're not going to allow you to just go around the precinct and do your thing without us knowing. So this is kind of cool. So yeah, so the ending is, yeah, the ending is the old Gina and old Rosa and Amy failed because the inspector thing they were not serious. Scully and Hitchcock passed, which is the ultimate joke because they're the biggest loser in the precinct, but they still beat them. They solved the case. Jake knocks at the door. The guy forgets he's on a chair and ends up being arrested. And Terry proved that he is innocent. So this is kind of fucking funny. And guess what? This is the episode. Real good episode. It's insane good. Guess what? Oh yeah, so the cold opening is, and this is the way to do it. I don't like what a cold open has to do with the episode, because to me a cold open should be its own thing, right? However, in this one they do the perfect thing. What is the perfect thing, you may ask? It's super cool. Okay, so holy shit, this uploaded very nicely too. So we now have 12 gigs of space. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. You know what's even better than 12 gigs of space? Not that we're uploading 10 gigs. Ew. That is not good. Okay, so give me a sec. Give me a reason to run and hide. Give me a reason to burn this house down. Give me a reason, I wish you would. I wish you would. Wish you would. Give me a reason to disaster, and I'll be here ever after. Give me a reason to earn and run. I wish you would. Wish you would. Oopsies. People literally posting porn on Instagram. What is this world becoming to? Now, why is that a good news? Because by posting this videos, I got 12 gigs out. Now we are posting a video that is 10 gigs and it will take 20 minutes. This will not last 20 minutes. But I have time for another episode. And when I'm going to finish with this episode, I'm going to be transferring file once again. And because I'm going to be transferring file, the surprise happens. More space on here. And we're now making less content that we're uploading. So this is great news. Almost dropped the phone. So they're talking about the cold open here is actually pretty good because it has to do with this is how to put the plot of the show in a very cool way. So they do a Pimento and Rosa are against the guy. In between, Rosa asked Pimento asked Rosa to marry him, and Rosa said hi. Oh my god, I'm so wake up ink. No more energy drinks. So Rosa goes to Jake. Pimento asked Rosa to marry him. She said yes. Rosa goes to Jake as a favor and says, listen, Pimento wants it his best man. He has to act surprised and I hope you will. So he accepts. Problem is, Terry does not approve of Pimento. Now, Jake's mission is to get Terry to approve of Pimento because Terry means a lot to Rosa. So yeah, that's pretty much the episode. Oh yeah, so this is super cool. Super cool. So Jake talks about a bachelor party, and then Pimento goes in and said, "Oh, I'm going to invite everybody from the precinct except for Charles." Rosa called dibs on that. So Rosa chose Charles as a bridesmaid, but it's a co-bridesmaid. So they have bachelor party, and this is super. My apologies. My apologies. This is from Kid Boga. I'm tired. We're doing so much content today. You don't understand. We literally did 6 hours of content today, and we're not done. Will we ever be done? That's the question, my friends. That is the question, and I don't know. That's the answer to your question, by the way. Just saying, no big deal. So they all have parties. They don't know what to do for the bridesmaids. What they do is they do 3 bridesmaids, and we're gonna choose who wins, right? Terry is afraid that Pimento is a bit unhinged, but Jake is trying to reassure him that, you know what, that was Pimento a while ago. Pimento now is a good dude. So I don't know if that's true. This is super cool. They're trying to convince Rosa, Charles, Gina, and Amy that they had the best party. But Rosa's like, you know what? Let's do the 3 of them. So this is super cool. Everybody goes into the limousine. Pimento goes in and he's like, yo, somebody's trying to kill me. Which is true. People think he's crazy, but it is true. Now this is a really cool thing because with Amy you don't do bachelorette party, which means no stripper, no people that are underage are watching the show are not in trouble, and Pimento having somebody that's trying to kill him is okay because there's no strippers. So you're able to show somebody trying to kill you, but you're not able to show strippers. What is the world becoming? I don't know. Back in the 90s, that was the way it was done. So we got the whole thing. So this is super cool. We have the 3 parties. So Gina party is her cousin 13th birthday, and they shoot paintball on him. So this is kind of super freaking cool. Everybody thinks that Pimento is nuts, right? So they don't trust him. However, Pimento, there's a guy, and they stop him, and they find a picture of Pimento and a gun. So he was right. Rosa says, there's just super cool. Amy organized a Jeopardy, but it's about Rosa. Nobody knows Rosa. So for every wrong answer you have, it's a shot, which is a super cool idea. Super, super, super cool idea.
Some of us even love her so much that it makes us like,
Jake is super cool because he's like, yo, we all been in love. We all been crazy over love. Pimento is just acting a little bit out, but we all been there. And people are done with that. People are understanding of Pimento, which is kind of cool because Jake does a super good job. Pimento was right. Somebody's trying to kill him. Everybody's saying sorry. Now they did a meetup, right? And he said that he wants a tongue. Now this is super cool because we got Tipsy Amy. Problem is we don't know how many shots she has. I'm gonna assume 4 because we know that Amy with 4, she's cocky. So she says to Charles. What she says to Charles? You gotta hear it.
everyone's a superstar just think it does. Alright, well, you're up. We're going to a restaurant, specifically the Petite Colon in small intestine. Because that's all the story.
Man, I'm not gonna eat that.
Not anyone else, which is why they shut it down. At this restaurant.
Demolishing it. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, I wish Amy was like.
Been dreaming about this since I was little.
Yeah, Amy, Gina is Rosa is insane. Oh no, I wanted to do this. This is my favorite part.
Do a handstand.
Let's go. Look what Amy says.
Good luck following this party, you bitch.
You wish. It makes me happy. It makes me happy. So they're demolishing the restaurant, which is Boyle's win because it was a favorite part of Rosa. They go in and they show the tongue, right? Which is super, super freaking cool because you end up knowing because they follow the guy and he ends up going to the FBI. So the FBI is against Pimento, and this is kind of nuts.
Oh, no, just me. Right now, this is my only chance to get away with it. Jamie. Okay? Do that first. Also, tell me.
So Pimento wants to play dead until they find a real culprit because what happened is the mafia has people inside the FBI, so they're untouchable. So because they think that Pimento is dead, this is his chance to really like work for undercover. You know, find out what they are without them always being after him. And this is cool because he calls Charles and say, "Where can I find veal tongue?" And then Charles receives a text and it's like, "Oh, the party for the boys is going well," which makes me laugh. So they leave. Everybody is.
Hey, man. I'm hustling.
Jake breaks the news to Rosa, and she's really, 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 really sad. Because they know that the guy is from FBI, so they can't really help him. So Jake tells Rosa, and this is really cool because Jake being the one to break the news, kind of like her best friend and here. So I thought it was a cool idea. I thought it was a good, and it was well executed also. So shout out to that. Shout out to that. Yeah, bish. What else? What else in the hood? He ends up being able to see Rosa for the last time, and she's super sad. She's very, very, very sad. And she's crying, and this is cool because this is real tears, and this is cool. But you know what? Because this is kind of saving the asses of Rosa. The relationship with Marcus, I never believed it and I never bought it. The relationship with that was the only relationship that we saw, but still, this I believe it. This I buy it. She's very sad, and this is huge for Rosa. This is really huge for Rosa. Now we only have. Oh, this is the good thing. This. Oh, fuck you. You don't. Fuck you. You don't have enough space. I hate you. I hate you. I love you. You made me. Hate me. You gave me. Hate scene. I gave me. And these tears are deadly. You feel that? I rip that. Every Chinese sign is steal that. I feel sad. Feel sad. No, sorry. No, fuck that. It was my heart. It was your knife. It was my start. It was your knife. This time it dies in these songs are song. This song's for too long, and it's true. I hurt you. Remember, I loved you. I've lost it all. Felt today, all the same. Sorry, no. Sorry, no. Well, I've been abused. Oops. I feel so used. Sorry, guys. We pressed the wrong button. But we're back. Nothing happened. Nothing changed. I feel so used. I'm sorry. No, sorry, no. Whoa. Told you that I miss you every time I fuck you. Future that we've been through and all the things we've been through. Obsessed with the thought of you. How could you do this to me? Look at what I made for you. Nothing in the world is what I gave you. I used to be love struck, now I'm just fucked up. Front of my seas, see the pedal of my gun. Die, been abused. I feel so used because of you. I'm sorry, no, sorry, no, I've been abused. God damn it. Been for you. I'm sorry, no, sorry, no. I wish I couldn't beat you. I wish I couldn't save you. Told you that I've been through all the shit. I loved you. Obsessed with the thought of you. How can you do this to me? Look at what I made for you. Never was enough in the world. It's what I gave you. I used to be love struck. Now I'm just fucked up. Both of my feet. See the pedal of my gun. I lost it all. Failed today. So the same. Sorry, no. Sorry, no. I've been abused. I feel so used because of you. What the hell have you done?
Chris, tu vas tellement fermer ta gueule quand tu vas voir la vidéo sortir, là. Sur la plateforme, hein? Dans le fond, là, tous ceux qui sont contre moi, là, pis qui me hatent jour après jour, qui racontent des sornettes à mon égard, etc., vous allez les laisser gagner, vous allez les laisser avoir raison. Vous voulez que je décalisse, dans le fond? On va faire un sondage, OK? Le bonhomme sourire, là, vous voulez que je décalisse, vous voulez plus me voir la crise de face sur TikTok. Bonhomme sourire, vous voulez que je décrisse pour de bon, que je revienne plus jamais. Bonhomme qui pleure, vous voulez que je reste. Bonhomme sourire, vous voulez que je décrisse pour de bon. Parce que Boyardi a dit qu'il profitait de moi, puis ça passera pas. J'ai la réponse. Ben d'abord, pourquoi vous faites rien contre Boyardi puis vous me faites avoir l'air d'un épais pendant que sa team me ridiculise puis lui il est là pour profiter de moi au lieu de le péter? Dites-moi ça d'abord si vous voulez que je reste. Pourquoi vous faites ça? Quand même 13 personnes qui veulent que je décalisse. Parce que Boyardi a dit qu'il profitait de moi puis ça passe plus. Salut mon gars, salut Léa. Oui, décalisse, check ça Kev. Toi tu vas décalisser. Tiens. On va aller se réessayer une game contre Boyardi, on va voir ce que vous allez donner. Non. Il veut aller battre avec quelqu'un d'autre qui aille. Ah ouais, Boyardi. Bon, il est parti. En forme, toi, Léa. C'est le personnage Les Justiciers Québec. Bon, il est parti avec Audrey-Anne en match. Pas de problème. Non, je ferai pas ça avec Aude. Moi, je l'aime pas, cette fille-là. Je suis pas un deux faces. Je t'aime pas, je vais pas battre avec toi. Danick, il est même pas en live, gang. Il est pas là, Danick. Arrêtez de me demander Danick, il est pas là. Ben, il m'a bloqué. Il m'a bloqué, Danick, parce que je le vois pas, moi. Il m'a bloqué. Moi, regarde, moi, vous le dire franchement, gang. Vous voulez que je reste en live avec vous autres? Vous voulez que je vous donne du bon show pour qu'on ait du fun? Ben, montrez-moi que vous appréciez ce que je fais parce que c'est sûr et certain que ça continuera pas. Je suis désolé, là, si je retourne contre Boyardi puis je me fais fendre encore 5000 à 90, là, ça me tentera plus de rien faire comme effort pour vous autres. devant leur gang. Je veux faire du contenu positif, je veux vous faire rire, je veux avoir du fun. Ça marche pas. Vous voulez juste que je me pointe et que j'envoie chier tout le monde. Après ça, vous m'exposez parce que je fais rien d'utile. Et que j'envoie chier le monde. Puis quand je le fais pas, ben vous vous collez de moi. Hein, Cléo? Grand garçon. C'est ça qui est plate. Ça me tentera plus de faire de live dans pas long si ça continue de même, sincèrement, là. Il m'a bloqué, Danick! « 156 personnes qui me regardent avoir l'air d'un cave. C'est le fun, hein? Ça me tentera plus, gang, dans pas long. Je vous le dis, là, ça me tentera plus. Ça me tentera plus. Les haters commencent à faire tout ce qu'ils... Regarde. Ils commencent à gagner, man. Je vais leur laisser le bénéfice. Je vais leur laisser gagner, man. Je me fais exposer partout. Je me fais traiter comme un cave. Je me fais insulter. Il n'y a rien que je fais de correct pour personne. Je n'ai ma claque pour vrai. Fuck it, man. Fuck it. Expose ça qu'on t'expose déficient. Amuse-toi à me faire chier, man. Vous me faites tout perdre à toutes les astis de fois pour rien, man. Moi, j'abandonne. Je t'ai écœuré. J'ai tout essayé, si je t'ai écœuré. J'abandonne. Et puis... Fuck off. Il n'y en aura pas de justicier TikTok, puis il n'y en aura pas rien de rien, man. Fuck off. J'abandonne. Faites vos expos, insultez-moi, faites ce que vous avez à faire, vous faites rien que ça. Amusez-vous, je m'en calisse. Ah, y a personne qui parle, là? Hein? On regarde Max Boy, on va l'enregistrer, on va l'exposer pour la 1001e fois. On va continuer à le faire chier. Let's go. Allez-y. Allez-y. Vous avez toujours de quoi me reprocher, tabarnak. Toujours. Hey, le grand, ça me tente même pas, man. Fuck off. Ça me tente plus, gang. Ça me tente plus de mettre d'efforts ici. Je veux ramasser des dons à les donner à des personnes dans la rue. On me chiale après, on m'expose comme quoi que je vais me crisser l'argent dans les poches, que je suis un tout croche. Je fais un concept drôle. T'es un cave, petit concept de merde. T'as l'air d'un épais. Non, 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 on va t'exposer, ce petit prédateur d'enfant. Ouais, donc. All the time, c'est ça. All the time, c'est ça. Je suis écœuré net, Fred, de mettre de l'énergie dans quelque chose qui donne plus rien. À me faire chier, man, à me faire insulter à longueur de temps quand j'essaie de remettre du positif, esti, man. C'est décevant, je suis tanné de perdre mon temps puis mon énergie là-dedans. Mais je lâcherai pas de TikTok. Tu sais quoi qui va arriver? C'est que je vais faire un hostie de grand ménage dans mes abonnés, m'a supprimé beaucoup de monde. Je vais changer d'identité sur la plateforme, m'en revenir masqué ou je sais pas trop comment, je m'en calisse. Je vais recommencer, man. D'une autre façon. Mais Maxboy QC puis toute sa face, vous le reverrez plus si ça continue. Je n'ai ras le cul. Je suis tanné. À bout. La question est, ça fait combien de fois je le dis que je vais le faire cette semaine? Regarde, savez-vous quoi? Vous me faites tellement chier, mais aller le faire, là. M'amener... Y a-tu du monde qui veut venir m'aider, en vrai? On va aller porter ça ensemble. On va aller porter de la bouffe ensemble. On va faire ça en vrai. Je vais avoir des témoins avec moi. Mais il n'y aura pas une calisse de vidéos pour les estidateurs qui marcellent à longueur de journée. C'est-tu clair, ça? Juste les personnes qui ont contribué et qui vont l'avoir mérité, qui vont le voir. Vous allez arrêter de me faire chier. Quoi?
Hey, calme donc tes nerfs, c'est quoi qu'il y a, là, calisse, à soir?
Encore lisse! Va profiter d'une autre personne. Je profite de toi, Max Bull. Parfait, mon boyardi. Va faire du cash sur le dos d'un autre.
Hey, tu sais, va profiter de charrier, Big, c'est quoi le rapport? Tu fais la même hostie d'affaires, là, le clown, là. Ferme ta gueule, là.
J'insulte pas personne. Je mets juste plus d'énergie sur fuck all. Il y a des gens qui veulent venir donner de la bouffe aux personnes en situation d'itinérance avec moi. Venez me voir, on va y aller en personne ensemble. Mais je me calisse de tous les estidateurs, par exemple. Vous aurez pas une crise de preuve de rien. Allez vous faire enculer, man. Je donne plus jamais d'énergie à vous autres, man. C'est fini. J'essaie tout le temps de me compliquer la vie puis de me stresser pour pouvoir prouver, puis prouver, puis prouver, puis prouver. M'a prouvé aux gens. Hey, tabarnak, c'est sûr que tu me niaises, là, toi, là?